April 11, 2025, officers from Pinellas County, Florida Sheriff's Office, including Deputy Alexander Mitchell, responded to a report about suspicious individuals looking into a residence. At the scene was Sean Mimute, also known online as Neon Sean, who was filming when the deputies arrived. A couple who were out for a walk were also nearby. Mr. Mimute recorded the interaction as it unfolded, and parts of the encounter were also captured on the officers' body cameras.
Sheriffs are coming to stop you. I don't know whoever they just talked to at that house.
That house?
The house that was right there on the corner.
Yeah.
That's the one right there. I'm filming.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How's it going? It's going all right. Where are you guys coming from? Where are we coming from? Yeah. We live right here. Well, no, not right here. Okay. Somebody's complaining over there about maybe somebody looking around the house. I'm just kind of trying to figure out who it is and what's going on. Yeah, no, never went to a house. Okay. We're just walking around the corner. Okay. You got any kind of identification on you? I can tell you my name, birthday, and everything like that. Okay. You got any ID on you?
Any kind of woke up.
No.
Any kind of altercation with anyone?
No, not the same thing.
Over here.
Not the same thing.
Not the same thing?
No. I don't know.
Aren't you tired? You were just out over there like an hour ago. I'd be sleeping if I could right now.
We give our information. I mean, it's just, we don't have no warrants or nothing like that.
That's fine. So right now we've got a call for service on the corner right there saying that they thought someone was breaking into the house or potentially worried or not looking at a ladder. Okay. So they told us it's subjects who were walking westbound.
He saw us. He was right beside us. I mean, we weren't doing anything. Yeah, I just saw you guys walking this way. Yeah. I didn't know what was going on before. Okay. So that's okay. Yeah. So
because we're investigating call for service right now.
Yeah.
So you guys are detained.
Alright.
And hopefully it's nothing, and it's just someone who thinks they saw something that was nothing.
Okay.
And then we get on our merry way. So.
Yeah, definitely. So, alright, so you don't have a deal or anything on it? On that Florida ID? No, I don't want to get my, information. I don't think I did anything wrong.
Then you could go to jail for failing to identify yourself.
When officers approached, they informed the citizens that they were being detained while they investigated a reported call for service. During the interaction, one of the individuals stated that he did not wish to provide his name. In response, Deputy Mitchell threatened to arrest him for failing to identify himself. However, as we had discussed many times before, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in the 1979 case Brown v. Texas that a person cannot be detained and forced to identify themselves unless officers have reasonable suspicion that the individual is involved in criminal activity. In this case, based on statements made by the officers and information found in court documents, there is no indication that dispatch provided any description of the alleged suspicious individuals. This suggests that the detention was based solely on the fact that these citizens were walking near the location where the call was reported. Florida courts have repeatedly held that simply being near the scene of a potential crime is not enough to establish reasonable suspicion, especially when the description of suspects is vague or incomplete. For example, in the 2008 case Gann v. State, Florida's 4th District Court of Appeal ruled that officers lacked reasonable suspicion when they detained individuals who were found a few blocks away from a burglary shortly after it was reported. The court emphasized that there was no clear description of the suspects and no evidence that the detained individuals were behaving suspiciously or attempting to flee. Similarly, in this situation, the individuals were merely in the general vicinity of the reported activity. There was no indication that they were behaving suspiciously, and in fact, they remained at the scene and waited to speak with officers rather than attempting to leave. Because of these factors, it is likely that a court could conclude that there was insufficient evidence to justify the detention or the demand for identification.
Alright, how about you?
I'm not identifying.
Huh?
I'm not going to identify myself.
Okay. I mean, Florida is a state where you have to identify yourself.
No, it's not.
I know it's not. So, just did it just to be easy, you know what I mean? But I know we don't have to give you it. Is there a reason? Like, you have warrants or what?
Suspect me I have a warrant? Why would I have a warrant?
Because usually people that don't want to beat themselves just...
Well, I like to be secured.
What route did you guys take?
I mean, no, I just don't want to get my ID.
We scratch sometimes.
Good so far?
No, just started, literally just...
Where?
So,
What house did you guys come from?
if you don't identify yourself, then we'll just have somebody come and bring a fingerprint scanner and we'll identify you that way.
The area was that close. So.
I'm not going to get my fingerprint.
We just got out, you know, you were talking. I mean, why are you being so difficult, man?
It's not being difficult. I just don't want to... You shouldn't take it as being difficult.
Well, if I'm investigating a potential crime, then yeah. Can you run over here if you've got a fingerprint scanner?
I have.
I'll get the body cam footage. You can request the body cam footage.
Yeah, everything's public record. Everything's requested.
Threatened you with arrest, so you were compelled.
Oh, it is you. Sean? Oh, dude, like did you shave?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not you,
Oh,
it is
you have
you.
longer beard or something?
Alright, so what's going on, guys?
Oh no, we were just out. I guess somebody said that they thought we were trying to break into a house or something. I didn't even go over near that house. Nothing like that. We just got out, we walked. We got into a wreck, and for her therapy, we just go out and walk when she can't sleep and stuff. And
I got you. When was that? Like recent?
yeah, just a few minutes ago.
No, the wreck.
The wreck happened back in March 2024.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So just
She
to get
got
out of the
seriously-
house, like when you're
When she can't
restless
sleep.
night.
I
Yeah.
can't stay in one position very long.
I gotcha. Shoot, I feel like that too. At the time. And what are you doing, man? Just riding?
What I do?
I
Yeah.
don't think you did anything, but
You didn't have an ID on you?
No,
No? Okay, let me see your right hand.
that's all right.
Okay, do you want to go to jail for obstruction?
If that's what you want to do for me.
If you don't want to identify yourself, then you can go to jail.
Mr. Mimute refused to identify himself or provide fingerprints, and the officers ultimately placed him under arrest. In the 1985 Supreme Court case Hayes versus Florida, the court ruled that police officers cannot transport someone to a station or impose a custodial detention for fingerprinting based only on reasonable suspicion. Instead, officers must have probable cause, consent, or judicial authorization. The court did acknowledge that fingerprinting could be briefly conducted during an investigation if certain conditions are met. Specifically, officers must have reasonable suspicion that the person committed a specific crime. There must be a reasonable belief that fingerprint could quickly confirm or dispel that suspicion, and the process must occur without unnecessary delay. In this case, however, it is difficult to see how Mr. Mimute's fingerprints would have helped determine whether he was involved in the suspicious activity being investigated. And as previously discussed, it is unlikely that the officers even had reasonable suspicion in the first place. There is also a relevant ruling from the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals in Moore v. Peterson, 2015. That case held that a person could be arrested under Florida's obstruction statute, Section 843.02, for refusing to identify themselves during a lawful investigative detention based on reasonable suspicion. But if a detention itself lacked reasonable suspicion, then the refusal to identify would not provide lawful grounds for an arrest. Because of this, there is a strong argument that the officers did not have probable cause to arrest Mr. Mimute for obstruction simply because he declined to identify himself or submit to fingerprinting.
don't know his last name. I only know his first name as Sean.
Let's take your backpack off because I don't want to have to cut it, okay?
All right.
You want to just unhook it?
Yeah, pull it. If you might have, there you go. It's all right.
Come on, man. Just give your last name. I only know your first.
Yeah, I know, but there's no reason to ID me.
I had explained to you why we had to identify everyone.
You don't got to identify me. I wasn't the one that these people pointed out. I'm here filming. You got a supervisor?
I do have one, yeah. Got lots of supervisors. So, either you identify yourself or I break your finger. What would you like?
During the encounter, Deputy Mitchell told Mr. Mimu that he could either identify himself or she would break his finger, according to court documents. This threat appeared to be a response to Mr. Mimu allegedly tensing his fingers to prevent officers from taking his fingerprints. In essence, the deputy was saying that if he did not cooperate, she would break his finger in order to forcibly obtain the prints. In the 1989 Supreme Court case Graham v. Connor, the court ruled that the use of force during arrests or detentions must be objectively reasonable based on the circumstances. Courts evaluate factors such as the severity of the suspected crime, whether the individual poses an immediate threat, and whether they are actively resisting or attempting to flee. Courts also consider additional factors, such as the relationship between the need for force and the amount of force used, as well as the extent of any injuries inflicted. Even if we assume for argument's sake that Mr. Mimu was legally required to identify himself, threatening to intentionally break someone's finger to obtain fingerprints would be extremely difficult to justify as reasonable force. The suspected offense was minor. Mr. Mimu did not pose a safety threat, and the threatened injury was far out of proportion to any legitimate need for force.
Oh, well, if you want to break my finger, that's ridiculous. I mean, that seems like excessive force.
You can go to the jail as a John Doe and then not be released or get any kind of bond.
If I'm going to jail, then, you know, I'll identify myself. But
you are going to jail, so you can identify yourself.
Right now, I don't think I'm going to jail.
Well, you're in handcuffs, so we can take your photo. We can do it that way, too.
Yeah.
Want to take his helmet off for me?
Is this in here?
I got the thing in my pocket.
Alright, when we grab your stuff, I'll throw it in there.
Deputy Mitchell. Alright, I don't want to put that far.
Just hang with them for a sec. Help her search.
Like a chain from your wallet? Okay. So you got a knife in your pocket, so I asked you about that.
What?
Usually.
Alright, gonna poke you.
Any drugs in your pocket?
No.
I haven't spent towards the policy return to the place.
This is your chain?
Yep. Both your body cameras are going?
Mm-hmm. Good.
You check the coin pocket when it's kind of
Which one?
like the full coin one. Just the names are a little bit tight to the wall.
Might be a lighter in there.
Good?
Yep.
Anything concealed for stuff that you didn't find? So I don't want to have to give you extra charges for anything concealed.
I'm not worried about anything.
I can get his name.
Huh?
I can get his name. He's does he? He's always filming.
Yeah, he was filming when we were on that last one.
Jose had gone out with him. He's usually actually like really polite with us, but he just doesn't ever like to. Alright, let me work through this too. Did you give an ID?
Yeah.
He did?
ID, they're good. Yeah.
You checked them both?
I didn't check her. I believe she did. Mitchell.
Oh no, she ever did. Mitchell, were you able to get her ID or no?
Yeah, I already, she's 1054, 10.
Cool. Thank you. Was he 5429 too?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Did you guys even just be up front with me, man? Did you guys even just walk up to that fence line, like right where you parked?
Yeah.
That property there. Did you walk up to that fence line, like look over or anything like that?
I just got out, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I did.
Okay. Did you walk around to help her out of the car or anything?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man.
I mean, this guy didn't do anything, I'm telling you. He came same time we did, like...
I understand that. I'm familiar with him. Do you know him?
No. My first time I've ever seen that.
I'm familiar with him. The reason he's going, though, is because always identify yourself to us. That's obstruction if you don't, especially when we're doing an investigation, which we are right now.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I
I
mean,
just don't want to give him a hard time. I
yeah. Did
understand
you put him in
his
the
rights
call?
and stuff. I
Which
understand that.
Him?
No, I can't. No.
Yeah. But you got his ID, you said?
Yep.
Oh, that's good. All right. You guys are good. Continue your walk. Just...
I apologize. If we,
No, you're good. Just, I guess, be careful where you park. Some people just,
I understand.
even if it seems sketchy, other than that, yeah, you're good to go. All right.
After the arrest, Mr. Mimu was charged with 1 count of obstructing an officer without violence under Section 843.02 of the Florida statutes. At the time this episode was written, the case was still pending, with a jury trial scheduled for February 4th, 2026. Overall, Deputy Mitchell and the other responding deputies receive an F for detaining multiple citizens without reasonable suspicion, arresting Mr. Mimu without probable cause, and threatening extreme force to compel fingerprinting. The Fourth Amendment requires individualized reasonable suspicion before officers can detain someone and demand identification. Simply receiving a call for service does not give officers blanket authority to detain every person nearby. In this case, dispatch provided no meaningful description of the alleged suspects, meaning the detention was based purely on proximity rather than specific facts linking anyone to criminal activity. This lack of reasonable suspicion also undermines the arrest itself. Officers cannot turn an unlawful detention into probable cause by criminalizing someone's refusal to identify themselves. Most concerning was a threat to break Mr. Mimu's finger to obtain fingerprints. Such a threat represents a dramatic and disproportionate escalation, especially considering the minor nature of the suspected offense and the absence of any immediate safety threat. This encounter illustrates how constitutional protections can quickly break down when officers treat a call for service as automatic authority to detain, arrest, and threaten force, rather than basing their actions on legally required standards like reasonable suspicion and proportional force. On the other hand, Mr. Mimu receives an A for calmly asserting his Fourth Amendment rights, remaining composed throughout the encounter, and avoiding any physical confrontation. While he firmly refused the officer's demands, he did not threaten anyone, attempt to flee, or escalate the situation. When officers ultimately decided to arrest him, he complied and allowed the legal system to address the dispute. By doing so, he preserved the issue for judicial review rather than turning the encounter into a physical conflict. I commend Mr. Mimu for standing up for his rights while remaining calm and avoiding behavior that could have been used to justify additional force. Let us know in the comments if there's a police interaction or legal topic you'd like us to examine next. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out Order to Court if you're interested in exploring the legal analysis behind these cases even further.